Hey there, folks. I just was walking here through scenic West Eugene, and there's this area that's being protected because, you know, Eugene is being developed really quickly, and West Eugene is kind of like part of the last area that hasn't been developed. So what's going on is that this area over here, you can see, it's just like a strip of greenway. So over here is Amazon Creek. It's Amazon Creek. And then over here is like this strip of greenway. And so in this strip of greenway, it's between a whole bunch of apartment buildings and Amazon Creek. And basically, it's public property. But what's going on is that this is where the marginalized people end up because they don't have anywhere else to go. The mission's full, there aren't a whole lot of beds for homeless people here. So they have this protected natural area status. And it tells you all the stuff you can't do. If you're a homeless person, you can't be here. So over here, there's a sign that says no trespassing. So while I'm walking along, there's tons of other homeless people. And in Eugene, I kind of have it a little bit cushy because my family lives here, so I have a place to be inside. But what's going on is that the cops are down here. So the cops are patrolling this footpath to try and give people tickets and harass people, and I think they have a bait bike set up back over there. There's a couple of patrol cars. So what I'm doing now is that I just watched the cop go this way, and I have a feeling he's coming over here to harass some homeless people. So if you feel like staying on the video for a minute, then I think I'm gonna walk up on this cop harassing homeless people and see what's going on. Because basically in the city of Eugene, just like in the rest of the country, homeless people are being singled out for special prosecution by law enforcement. And the long and short of it is that homeless people don't have as many rights. So if you're a homeless person, then these guys are on the patrol looking for you. Here he comes. And basically, he's going back and forth here looking for a homeless person to give a ticket to. And let's see, here we go. There's two of them actually right now going through here. And I'll just walk over this way a little bit and show you where the bait bike is, because there's a bait bike over here, and I have a feeling what they're doing is they've planted the bait bike. They're anticipating that they can catch someone stealing it. And so they kind of have this area boxed in. They've got, I know there are at least 2 patrol cars, and they're basically hanging out right here near the bait bike. I think there's one over here right now. Yeah, there's one over here right now. Okay, so there's 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure that they have a bait bike over here. We'll go over next to it and see. But the other one is hiding right there across the creek. There he goes. You see him? So there's 2 of them here, and basically what they're doing is they're here to harass homeless people. Like there's no other there's no crime. Like there's no crime here. There's a bunch of really poor people who are, trying to not be in the middle of society where they can have like a little bit of personal space just to exist. And, society has really marginalized people. Like society has pushed these people all the way out to the edge of town. And now we have these officers, I call them pigs or goons, or I have donut munchers, and what they're doing is they're out here trying to harm the people who are already on the edge of society. So the people who are already marginalized, suffering, on the edge of society, now we have the cops out here trying to harm them. So I'm getting close to the bait bike here. I'll show you where the bait bike is. But it looks like, I mean, I'm always tempted by the bait bike. You know, do I take the bait bike and potentially get arrested? Or do I not take the bait bike? If I take the bait bike, I can always say that I was going to turn it in. And since I've been talking to you guys about it, then you know that I'm taking it to turn it in. So let's just see if we can spot the cops. We'll look around for a minute for the cops. Because what they do is they like to sit relatively close to the bait bike where they can watch it. And then once somebody takes it, then they come rushing out and arrest that person. So let's see. I'll show you guys the bait bike here. I'm not sure if you understand what I mean when I say bait bike, but here's the bait bike. It's this right here. You can see it's been spray painted up. Somebody tried to cover up the identifying marks on it. It doesn't have a lock. So I think this is the cop over here. I'm not sure, but I think this is the cop. Let's see. I'll show you guys where the cop. This is where the cops were hanging out. They were hanging out right over here. But they moved, and I think it's this guy right over here. You see him? I think it's him. So let's just walk down here a minute and we'll see if the cops are down here, because this is where they were a minute ago. Let's see if they're down here. Maybe if I walk down here, then the cops will come and say, hey, you can't be down there. And I'll be like, I was looking for you, asshole. No, they're not. I don't think they are. No, they're not down here. Okay, so now I'm back to believing that this guy is a cop over here. So let's just go ask him. So the way bait bikes work is like this. Law enforcement, what they do is they put a bicycle in a high traffic place like this, and then they wait for someone to come and take the bicycle. And when the person takes the bicycle, then the cops come for them. So here comes the cop coming back the other way. He parked, actually. So I'm pretty sure that this guy is a cop. We'll go over and talk to him. Okay, there's the one cop. He's down there watching the bait bike. But I think this guy over here is a cop too. Let's ask him. Yeah, I'm in Eugene, Oregon. Eugene, Oregon, right now they're having a huge problem with law enforcement singling out homeless people for special prosecution. So let's just go over here and ask this guy if he's a cop. Oh, he's driving away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a cop car. Here, I'll get the license plate. Yeah, that's a cop car. It's a 923 HUT. So yeah, the cops are doing a sting right now. He didn't want to talk to me because what he's doing is he's watching the bait bike. Let's see here. I'm just gonna stand by this bait bike. I don't have anything better to do. So I'm just gonna stand here next to it and we'll watch the cops come back by, because they're gonna come back by. They're trying to catch someone steal this bike. So I'm gonna walk over here to where the other cop is, unless he left. And we'll ask him if they're doing a bait bike operation. No, he left too. All right, they're wise to the fact that I'm onto them. So they bailed out, but they'll come back by because they have this bicycle over here and it's their asset. So there are 2 cop cars that are marked cars, and there's 1 cop car that is unmarked. So the marked cop cars are the blue Ford Explorer, kind of dark blue looking fascist car, and then the other one is this Subaru, and the guy in the Subaru was sitting over there watching the bait bike, and I figured him out because I'm familiar with how they do this. So I figured him out and started to go talk to him, and he fled off. So let's see, I'm just gonna get a little bit of distance because now they're wise to me, so they know I'm looking for them. So I have to get a little bit of distance away from them so that they don't spot me when they're coming back. It's either that or just go stand right next to the bait bike. Okay, here comes the cop again. Here comes the cop. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. I'm filming right now. Is that all right with you? Absolutely. There's a bicycle over here that you guys drove past it a few times already. I was just curious, are you operating a bait bike operation?
Not out here, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bike that's abandoned right there, and I noticed you guys already drove past it a couple of times. So I just want to report that to you and ask if that was what was going on.
No, I haven't nothing to do with the bike. I'll keep an eye on it and we'll see if somebody comes back to it, okay?
All right, I'm going to go over there next to it, just make sure nobody steals it.
Okay.
Because I hate for someone to get entrapped. And
yeah, there's no bait bike operation going on out here.
Does the city of Eugene do bait bike operations?
They sure do.
Okay. And do you do bait cars?
Yeah, we have bait cars.
And do you do bait wallets?
Not a bait wallet.
Oh, okay. You got to kick it up a level. You guys are slacking on your fascism.
It all comes back. It comes down to we got the ability to do.
How long have you been with the force?
Almost 20 years.
All right. Well, I appreciate Zealot V, Magana, and Steffens. Mm-hmm. And I wish officers like you would have outed them, because then our children wouldn't have had to suffer.
Sure.
And, you know, I understand there are people above you that might have had, like Kearns, might have had something to do with it, or Piercy, or the judges who were overseeing it, not bringing charges. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate your time. Do you have a business card?
I think I do. I give a lot of them away. Sometimes I run out, but I believe that I do.
I know you guys are super busy, so I really do appreciate your time. And two, like I'm an internet blogger, so I have people that subscribe to my baloney. So I appreciate your candor, and I'm sure the viewers will too.
Good luck to you, sir. You have a good day.
You too. Well, there you have it, guys. Jennifer Manaya. Here, we'll just turn this around so you can see it. All right, this is the officer who's down here, and we'll just go over there and take a look at the bait bike again and see if it's still there. He said they're not doing a bait bike operation, so there you have it. Senior Program Coordinator. I don't think his name is Jennifer. I have a feeling he did not give me his card, but that's all right. Just go back over here by the bike for a minute, see if that Subaru turns back up. You know, they're patrolling really heavily through here, so I'm kind of surprised he said that it wasn't a bait bike. I don't believe that, but we'll just get over there and take a look. So I normally try and keep my videos pretty short. I recognize this video is going on a little bit longish, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm just going to take a look here and see if you're saying anything, because I hadn't been looking at what you're saying. Okay, we'll just go across here. Make sure I don't get flattened. Thank you. All right. got across. So I'm back over here by the bait bike. I don't see the guy in the Subaru, but he might be parked at a distance, and I don't see the other cops. Let's just take a look down here and see. There's the bike. There's nobody down there. So just stand over here by it for a minute and make sure nobody steals it. See what you guys are saying. Give them hell. Bound to give them hell. Yeah, the police are definitely messing with the homeless here in Eugene. Take the bait bike and ghost ride it into the river. Aha, cousin, you're crazy, man. You think I'm gonna touch that bait bike? Especially after the look on that cop's face when I went over and talked to him. So for folks who are just tuning in, I went over and talked to this cop because I felt like there's a bait bike situation here. And he told me that there is, in fact, no bait bike operation happening right now. However, that the city of Eugene does bait bikes, and they also do tell the rich to back off, honor our treaties. Until then, we will be who we are. You don't own people, and you're controlling shit. Leave us alone. Exactly. We need the cops to leave us alone, those bastards. They don't have any rights. All the, what's this person saying? All the drunk pedos on our roads, and they're baiting a bike. I don't get it, Eugene, Oregon. So he said that it wasn't a bait bike, but the city does do bait bike operations. And he also said that the city does bait car operations, but that they do not do bait wallets, which is good. So if you are in Eugene and you find a wallet on the ground, it's probably not put there by the cops, but they do put bikes on the ground. And they put cars on the ground. So the city of Eugene, that officer just admitted to me that the city of Eugene, in fact, uses bait bikes and bait cars. So there you have that, which is great, and I appreciate him for that. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. If anything happens over here by this bait bike, then I'll come back on and let you know. But for now, it's not really that interesting, and since I called them out, then they left. So anyway, I'll talk with you guys really soon, and I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Have a great day out there.